Hey everyone, this is Yihong Cheng. Today we will talk about the story of GitHub1s, the speed and the familiarity matters. There are three major contributors for this project, and all of us will join the Discord channel, and we will share the link of the slide. First of all, what is GitHub1s? GitHub1s is one website. The URL is github1s.com. The purpose of the project is 1 second to read GitHub code with VS Code. The project gains more than 17,000 stars on GitHub in less than 2 months. You can read more about it on this link. When you hit the github1s.com, you will see very similar UI like your local VS Code editors, like this. It supports not only view the code online, but it can explore and switch branch tags commit, and view single file history and VS Code extension support. We have packed a lot of built-in VS Code extension together for this web version. And of course, we have bundled other extensions like Dart, Jupyter, Scala, and Kotlin. Talk is cheap. Let's take a look. Let me move my video to right-hand side. Okay, you can see it immediately open our official repo here. Then open the README file. You can do some file search, like let's see what's the sponsors. You can immediately jump here. It also supports the file search based on the content. For example, if we want to find Gitpod, this is leveraging the source graph API that searches the entire repo, not only this file, but the entire repo. You can find something in the README, something in the sponsors, and GitHub.ts. I mentioned it supports the file history. File history can be found on the, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it clearly. There are two icons. If I click the left arrow, it means go back by one commit. You can say last commit, someone changed those lines. You can go back another commit, etc. We mentioned it supports switch branch and commit. If you click this icon, indicates it's source code related. You can see there's pull request list. You can expand that. There's commit. It also has the UI, like if you click this header, it can go jump to different tags, go to different branches. It also supports the CLI, like GitHub1s. I can search a commit. You can search fix. And I hit enter, it will jump to the commit. It also supports search a pull request. Let's take a pull request as an example. I remember it's pre-built GitHub1s. So you can see we directly jump to the the pull request view. If I go here, it also has the file changes. Also, it kept the commit history based on the current pull request header. You expand, they also have similar view. And you can jump by click as well. I mentioned it supports extensions. Let's try that. The Vim extension is a really popular one. It has 2.4 million and it supports the web version. I just install that and go to whatever file is interest Okay, you can see the cursor is already changed the shape, and it supports search. And also here, you can see the match, and you can see we change it to insert mode, go back to normal mode. Yeah, that's pretty much we want demo today. Next, we want to talk about how do we build GitHub1s. GitHub1s is a static web application. The only interaction with our backend is retrieve the JavaScript file, HTML file, etc. The project leverages the code server, which is an open source project, ports the VS Code to web version. And we build the custom extension to support all the integration, all the interaction with GitHub to, for example, retrieve the file content and integrate with GraphQL, not GraphQL, SourceGraph to get the file search. And you can find more detail about the architecture on this link. Next, we want to talk about the development happiness. I believe that's why this project is so popular and so active for other contributors. We have a very good CI, make every contributor confident, because all their changes, regardless it's big one or small one, it will get tested on the CI environment. And we leverage the Vercel ensure all kinds of changes are available before anyone actually review the pull request. And we did our best to make sure it's fast and convenient to develop the project. Let's take some demo for this. Probably I don't need to open a new one, but if I just open this one, first of all, let's open that in the Gitpod. It will load the actual development environment in your browser. You can see it might take a while. In the meanwhile, we can take a look of the CI setup. GitHub1s, probably just open this one and let's go back here. Let's take a look of one of our pull requests. For example, this one, upgrade VS Code to 1.55.0. Let's open it in github.com. You can see there is checks. Let me just zoom out, make sure. There's all kind of CI tests, like build test with full VS Code build and build test. Let's append that. On CI, actually try to clone the code, set up the environment, and try to build and load the build output to headless browser and try to make sure the critical function still works as expected. They also have the code scan result. It's static code analysis to make sure your code is still good. Let's go back to the Gitpod. Okay, it's open the IDE, and you can see there's two terminals. Let me just zoom in. Okay, too much. You can see here it's already installed all the dependency, and I should run yarn watch. On the next session, I need to run yarn serve. It will immediately open another tab. that preview our change. I better click OK to dismiss the banner. I already knew that. Okay, let's make a code change to see how it works. Probably make this lower. And let's try to add the sponsors as here. Now I need to add name. Let's add Gitpod. I don't know whether P needs to be uppercase or not. And link should be https gitpod.io. Description: happy coding with Gitpod. Let's just save this. And you can see it try to rebuild. And then we can go to the next tab. Refresh. Let's see whether it appears here. Oh, cool. Here you go. We have Vercel, source graph, and Gitpod. Happy coding with Gitpod. That's how not we, but if anyone want to develop this project with Gitpod, you can do this way. Also, I mentioned we make it's really fast to development. Let's show some data here. I mentioned we have the Vercel to deploy that. Let's take a look how fast it could be. You can see it only takes 3 minutes to deploy that. And if you check the history, you can see it's almost 2 or 3 minutes for deployment on Vercel. And if you go back to probably 10 days ago, it took more than 10 minutes, 30 minutes. I believe usually it's more than 13, sometimes 16. The same story apply for the GitHub Actions as well. That's because we use the pre-built VS Code that speed up the process a lot. Like you can say that's 3 minutes here. If we go back 17, 18 minutes, 9 days ago. Yeah, let's talk about the collaborations for this project. Of course, we collaborate with Gitpod. We just show you, and we show you the Vercel and source graph in the previous demo. We already show that you can search the file, and we will have feature collaboration with source graph as well. And another one is really make my life and probably all the major contributors' life easier is there's a ton of other contributors that write further extensions for us. Let's see here. Yeah, here you can see all the third-party related projects, Chrome extensions, Firefox extensions, Microsoft Edge extensions. I promise you that all of those extensions are from other contributors, not the major contributor to make this. And a lot of other contributors probably not focus on the technical, but they try to improve our documentation, like record the really nice GIF file that show how the project works. We really appreciate those help. And as I mentioned, there's other active contributors contribute to this project. Right now, there are 3 major contributors: Netcon, Sithan, and me. And also there's other 20 more contributors. Let's just double check. I'm not sure the screenshot is the most updated one. Yeah, let's talk about our roadmap. I think we already have a usable product, but there are more requests comes almost every day. This is just a summary of we commit to do, and there are more requests in our issue page. We definitely will support GitHub1s, and we'll support other platforms like GitLab, Bitbucket, and support modify code and create a PR commit online. Why not try to create a clone of Gitpod? We will only support the very minimal edit. We probably will never try to execute the code online or attach to Docker. And another two major one I want to talk about is local VS Code extension. We want to publish the extension not only for the web version, but for your local VS Code editor, so that you can have similar experience. Because I find there's a lot of handy features, like just view some GitHub repo without clone. That is really convenient for me. And sometimes I have my VS Code editor open. I probably kept it open all days. So why not just load it locally? But of course, the code is still on github.com. And another famous one is jump to definition of symbols. The symbol means probably a variable or a function. So like whenever you explore new codes, like I don't know like where the code, the function is defined, the variable is defined, if I can directly jump to the function implementation, that would be great. And you can read more on our wiki page. Okay, now is the QA time. As I mentioned before, all the major contributors will join the Discord channel, and we're happy to answer all kind of questions. Thank you, and have a great one.